Wallchain in the house. Ducks outside. They on the mic. Let's go. Pull up to the quack house. Everybody loud. Wallchain promise. Wallchain made us proud. Quack, quack, quack. Heads with me. Yeah, the flock don't fold. Ducks got utility. This ain't just gold. Quack, quack. We don't back down. Quack, quack. We don't back down. Quack, quack, quack. Whole flock in town. Yuri got the vision. Max got the sauce. Dave on the mic, like, who's really boss? Yeah. Wallchain select, we got picked for the ride. Ducks in the wallet, but they fly outside. They said they built it, then they show receipts. Now the whole damn timeline waddling to the beat. Quackhead on me, that's a key, not a flex. Open new doors, yeah, unlock what's next. Not just a JPEG, not just a name. Ducks came through and changed the game. Quack house, everybody loud. Wallchain promise, Wallchain made us proud. Quack, 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 heads with me, yeah, the flock don't fold. Ducks got utility, this ain't just gold. Quack, quack, we don't back down. Quack, quack, we don't back down. Quack, 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 whole flock in town. Yuri got the vision, Max got the sauce. Dave on the mic, like, who's really boss? Who got the ducks? We got the ducks. Who built the chain? Wallchain does. Who runs the space? Dave runs the house. Quack heads up. Everybody shout. Pull up to the quack house. Everybody loud. Wallchain promise. Wallchain made us proud. Quack, 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 quack. Yeah, the flock don't fold. Quack house weekly. And the story gets told.
Oh, what's good, everybody? Welcome to the Quackstream, Quack House. We're kind of rocking out to the same, you know what I mean? What's good? I hope y'all are doing good. I'm running a little solo today now for a little bit, so y'all are you're gonna have to deal with this face for a little bit now because we riding solo for now. But I do have, or rather we do have some updates for you guys. Quackheads, quackers, if y'all can, please do me a favor, like, share, retweet this stream out so that we can get a bunch of people kind of tapped in here, the whole Quackhead community. I know we're going to share it in the Telegram and the Discord and obviously and whatnot. So we got a lot to cover. There's, tons and tons and tons that are cooking within this ecosystem. We got, you guys know this, right? Like we have 3 live campaigns, and I'm going to share my screen here in a little bit. We got 3 live campaigns. We got Profit, we got Quant, we got Gardis, and I figured, listen, what better way, right? Like for us to really understand like what some of these kind of campaigns are going to be about than like getting the actual founder here on stream with us to be able to talk everything about kind of their project. Why did they choose Wallchain Select? What was the reason? What do they specifically do? So that this way, when you guys are actually out there creating content for these campaigns, for those that were selected, you got a little bit of a better understanding, right? Like, you know exactly like what you're going to be talking about, like what kind of content you should be creating. Because a lot of this stuff, genuinely, a lot of it is really nuanced, right? So like if you got selected, that means that your audience, let's say for a Profit, that means that your audience at this point, what's up, Adrian? What's good, guys? Your audience at this point is perfectly fit and tailored for that specific campaign. So I know y'all are still waiting on, hey, have some people been selected? Have some not been? Some are still kind of pending. I think some people have been notified. Those that did not make it, I think it might be taking a little bit longer. So you might still see like in review currently on your what's it called? When you log into the Quacks app, which is going to be good. But I want us to be able to really kind of go over this, right? So luckily today we got Enios coming on with us. He just jumped into the back of the studio. Enio, I'm going to bring you up in literally just a second. We're going to chit chat with Prophet and everything else. But guys, no, I did not go to Lisbon. I did not. Kekov, let's go, bro. It's good to see you. Yeah, man, I hear NFC Lisbon is kind of popping off right now. So yeah, would I like to be in Portugal? Yeah, that sounds amazing, right? But I'm in New York. I'm sweating my ass off over here, but I'm not complaining. You guys know that I don't complain. I'm not complaining. It's beautiful weather outside. I'm chilling. It's nice. We're good. And yeah, man, that's what we got. So I'm going to bring Ennio up. We're going to do some quick intros. We're going to get into what Profit is and the whole 9 yards. But ladies and gentlemen, give a quackhead warm welcome. Ennio, what's up, man? How are you, bro? Welcome. Ennio, you hear me? You got me or no? He doesn't hear me.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, he hears me. Okay, good. Is there a lag or are we good?
No, we're good. I was listening to the space on my phone and then let me switch here. Okay, now I got the mic and yeah, it's good.
Let's go, man.
I'm not in New York, but I'm close by. I'm going to be there this weekend. I'm in Boston at the moment visiting some family.
Oh, nice. Oh, family. Got it. Because I know last week was like Boston Tech Week. This week is New York Tech Week, where there was a lot of crazy events going on over here, man. You coming in for Tech Week too, or you just coming into for meetings? What do you got cooking?
Yeah, it's a bit of both. I think might have 1 or 2 meetings, but it's my birthday this weekend, so really just haven't been to New York before. Going to go enjoy the city, check it out, meet up with a couple friends.
Oh, let's go, man. You are coming at the right time, bro. There is nothing better than New York City in the summertime. And it's not like too hot just yet. You know what I mean? Like June time is kind of perfect. So you're going to have a great time, man. Definitely hit me up. Listen, if you guys are going to be around, wait. Oh, you got a birthday celebration coming up? Happy birthday, bro.
Yeah, thank you very much. Getting older by the day.
Let's go. I feel it, bro. Look at all these days up there, dude. I'm with it. But dude, thank you so much, Robinson, for joining us. Really appreciate it. We've obviously we're started at Wallchain, like we're starting to make a really big effort and a really big push to start bringing founders on, right? Like that we're running campaigns with, so that you guys can talk, let's say, like directly to the community. We want to understand exactly what it is that you're building, and there's no better place for it to come from than obviously from the team, the founders, and so on, so that the ones that do get selected, even though it's going to be a select few, the ones that do get selected, we understand like what kind of content you're going to want, right? Like let them understand the platform, how it works, what it does. So easygoing, like this isn't like AMA style like shit, you know what I mean? Like let's keep it super light, friendly, man. I want people to genuinely like get to know you, get to know Profit, what it is, because just a little bit that I started looking into it, I'm like, man, this is kind of crazy. It's definitely like outside the box from what people originally know with like just making bets on Polymarket and Kalshi. I feel like there's so many different iterations, like and so many different, like so much different tech out there that I want you guys to kind of stand out and kind of talk to the quackheads as to what's up. So I'll give you the floor for the next maybe like minute or so. Like give us an intro as to who you are, what Profit is, and then if we can get into some questions.
For sure. So a bit about myself. I'm based in Cape Town, South Africa. My co-founder Joe is in Arizona, but he's actually moving to Cape Town later this year, which is super exciting. Been building in DeFi for the last 4 or 5 years, from sort of stable coins and lending to like analytics and such, but this is the first time I'm focused on a consumer first product, which it's honestly been quite refreshing. Like I'm sure you're aware of what goes down in DeFi, and it can feel like you're going a little bit crazy after a while. Like TVO goes up, TVO goes down. You sort of know what's affecting it, but it's the Wild West. So it's nice to have a product with a use case. We're building under two core assumptions. One is that prediction markets require far too many humans at the moment. You need a human to take the other side of the trade. You need humans to settle the market. You need market makers to provide liquidity. There's a lot of humans involved. And the second assumption is that over the next couple of years, or even maybe a couple of months at this rate, AI will become much better at predicting the future than humans. So what we essentially did is we built an AI odds generator. I've got to be quite careful with my language here, but we have a system which uses a bunch of different large language models, and it will generate the likeliness of any future event occurring. So you can type in any question about the future, we will generate the likeliness of that happening, and then we have a bankroll which takes the other side of every trade against the user. What this allows for is the long tail of prediction markets to come out. Like if you want to create a market today on Polymarket, you can submit it for proposal. If their team decides, cool, we think this will have enough volume, potentially it will go through. There's other platforms which allow you to create your own markets and resolve your own markets, but they essentially still require you to add liquidity, which means that if you say you have an idea, will New York Tech Week have over 100,000 or over 50,000 people fly in for it? If you want to create that market, you probably have an outcome in mind, which is why you're creating that market. So it wouldn't make sense for you to set the line, whereas you can just ask Profit that question. We'll set the line for you. Once that market is created, anyone else can come in and trade the market. We just went live beginning of last month. We've got a bunch of users. We've had over 1,000. I think it's like 1,300, 1,400 markets created.
Wow.
And we're very much aware that we have not built a perfect system. So we capitalized the house with $10,000 initially, with the thinking that, cool, some people are going to come in, they're going to find where their odds are better than our odds, and they're going to find a way to slowly but surely drain the house. We'll take those learnings, we'll see which users are winning consistently, and use that to adjust our algorithm. So the next time we capitalize the house, we're a little bit more certain that the holes have been plugged. That's essentially the direction we're taking at the moment. But long term, we want to be able to offer counterparty trades at size on any future event.
Got it. Okay, super, super interesting. So I can literally just go into Profit and just pose a question, and it will automatically just create the market for me, create the odds for me, and then the AI, and then you guys automatically take, let's say, the other side. If I want to come in and say, oh, I'm creating this market and I want the yes, you guys create the odds, and then whatever those odds are, you're automatically taking the other side. You're taking the no if I take the yes.
Yeah, exactly. So we've had like a fun example would be, will Dave post on Twitter tomorrow that he's pregnant? Like you could post that. With the Profit will maybe give. We can do it now. We can run it in the
yeah.
If you
want to share your screen, like feel free, man. I'll happily put it on stage just on StreamYard. Just click that below, and I would gladly put it up so we can see what you're looking at. And just FYI, ladies and gentlemen, I put on a couple pounds, but I don't know about pregnancy. You know what I'm saying? I don't know about how pregnant I am, but
I'm not. Okay, there we go. I should be able to. Just need to change some settings.
Yeah, you're good. You're good.
I need to quit and reopen.
Oh.
Okay,
to pull it up?
Yeah, you can put it up app.profitmarket.ai. It should take you a couple of seconds to create an account. You can use if you use the code Wallchain, it'll put $5 into your account to create the market.
Oh,
but yeah, just talking through it, like obviously that outcome can be manipulated by the creator, in that if you know whether or not you're going to post tomorrow,
right?
So you could just post if you traded the yes, or if you traded the no, you could also just post. So those kind of outcomes have been interesting for us in terms of like how do we allow for them, but ensure that we don't get abused, because obviously we do want to have creator markets as a so you can just sign in with a Google account. It should be fairly
got it. If I'm in New York, is that going to be an issue for me or no?
You will have to
use a VPN.
No, you'll have to, let's say, use a VPN, but you'll have to acknowledge that you are not in New York.
Got it. And this is using now Privy in the background. Also, I see here, so like it will automatically like have Privy create me a wallet and everything else, right?
Yeah, we want to work towards debit card onboarding as soon as possible. That should be live in the next couple of weeks. But right now, so if you click got it, and then just put in Wallchain there.
Okay.
No space. Yeah.
Wallchain.
Cool. That should.
Submit.
Okay, you can close that.
All right. So I hit create a market.
Create a market. Yeah.
Got it. And now I can say I don't want to do something ridiculous.
We don't have to do the pregnancy thing if you are worried. But yeah, put in something wild. The only current like this tranche ends on the 22nd of June. Okay. So anything that resolves before the 22nd, no death markets. Unfortunately, we've decided to.
Jalen Brunson win NBA Finals MVP. Is that good?
Does that say maybe before the 22nd of June?
Yeah.
Then you should be able to just validate that question.
Let's see. Validate.
So what's happening now is it basically needs to rephrase the question in a way that can be resolved. So the algorithm will decide, cool, how can we, like, firstly, when will the MVP be announced? So yeah, it says on June 14th, according to NBA.com or ESPN. So now you can just click create, and then it takes. Currently, we're using six LLMs. They are running in parallel, so the speed is relatively quick. Obviously, this is something that we want to make happen as fast as possible, but we've set it up so you can, like, while you're waiting for that market to queue, you could create another market in the meantime, and then stack them up and then go through and trade them. So yeah, here's your odds.
So oh my God, so this automatically creates the odds taking into account every single thing. So if I say yes, how much do you want to risk? I want to risk my $5. You know what I mean? Like I'm going, yeah, place $5 trade on yes, 100%. I'm taking those odds, 134%. Yes, please. Especially after watching last night's game and watching how the Knicks eviscerated the San Antonio Spurs. Done and done. Holy shit.
So now you can share that market if like anyone can come in and trade it. We're busy deploying now the creator fee share, where he's gone. I'll keep chatting, maybe fill him in when he gets back. But one of the big things that we focus on is splitting fee share revenue with the creators. So if you create a market and you share it with your following, and it becomes a market that sort of attracts a lot of volume, you'll then be able to monetize that as a additional source for your creator profile. So that's a big thing for the Wallchain creators that we're working with. There'll be an overlap with when we go live with the fee share and while this campaign's still running. So a big part of it will be to focus on, like, what markets do these different creators think that their following would be interested in trading. And the idea would be for then creators to be able to. Oh, he's back.
Oops, I'm back.
Dave, what's good?
Crazy. I was like, what the fuck just happened?
I just kept going. I was just chatting to the crackers. But
good.
Yeah. What I was saying now is, for the Wallchain campaign, like, you just created a market. You have the option to share that market. Right now, there's no fee sharing with the creators, but in the next, you know how it is working with development teams. I'm positive that in the next 2 weeks, the fee sharing will go live, which means that if anyone else comes in and trades your market, you'll be eligible for 50% of those trading fees as an incentive to then share those markets. So what we're hoping with this campaign with Wallchain, there'll be an overlap with when the fee sharing goes live, and then we, like, the creators will be incentivized to create markets that their following is interested in trading, and then it allows.
So it's like tailing. So you can tail. So it's like social calls, right? That's like a social component to it, right? So if they're trading my market, then it's like then I get essentially a kickback for everyone that's trading my market. So if they go in and whether they bet yes or no, I'm still going to get something on the back end.
Yeah,
that's fucking cool as hell. Yeah. That is cool as hell. Okay, wait. So I came back in. I don't know if my stuff crashed, but like I logged back in. And do I have open order? Okay, here we go. Okay, got it. So I'm back here with this. Does it show that I made the trade or no? Or do I still have
Do you
to
wanna-
make it?
Do you want to share your screen again?
Oh yeah, sorry.
Let's have a
I'm gonna
look.
bring it back up on stage so you can see. Yep.
Yeah. So if you go to portfolio now, it should show up.
Portfolio.
Open.
Yeah, maybe it crashed beforehand.
Try hit open orders. So your credit's still in your.
Yeah, so open orders is still there. It says partial.
Yeah. So it basically fooled part of the order because the max win is limited at the moment.
Got it.
So
yeah, how does the liquidity work here, Enio, right? Like how does this actually happen, right? Because if I want to spend like, let's say $5, like this just essentially told me, hey, listen, like we can only fill this amount, right? Like market makers are essential when it comes to prediction markets. How are you guys actually going to see that kind of like initial liquidity? Where's that going to come from? Because it looks like I only just put in 40 something cents, which by the way, I love the fact that I can create these markets and it automatically does that. But I think money is kind of like the big component here, right? So like, how do you guys plan on doing that?
Yeah, so the part that we focus on at the moment is getting as many small markets as possible in. So we like the incentive is to create try and bot the system. If you have a strategy that you think you'll win more than 50% of the time, to create 1,000 markets, like we have some users who they must be running algorithms, otherwise they're sitting at their computer 24/7. But we want to get as many smaller markets as possible in so that we can learn where the flaws are before we scale up liquidity into these markets. And how realistically that will look is if we see that sports markets are like it's predicting, it's giving good odds on sports markets, we can then scale up the liquidity that we provide to sports markets specifically. Or if we see that it's like asset price predictions, we can scale up the liquidity that we provide into those categories. So realistically, like certain categories where the outcome is easily manipulated, we will not scale liquidity into those long term. And then we have also, like we're busy deploying our liquidity module now where we can boost liquidity in certain markets once they are live if we think that they've got a high likeliness of attracting fees. But then we still in a similar predicament to where Polymarket and Koshi are now, where they're sort of selecting winners. So the real long-term goal is to be able to deploy at size from day one. And then if we see that there'll be like an ongoing view of the market. So if in 3 days a profit thinks the odds change, we'll add liquidity or like buy and sell orders to this market based on what we think the outcome or how we think the outcome has changed. But yeah, at the moment, the game is very much play against the profit.
Got it.
One market, one trade. They aren't as liquid post creation as we would like them to be, but that should fall into place in the coming weeks.
Got it. And is this now like, because I know like everything, like a lot of people are building on top of Polymarket, right? Like, is this like a proprietary algorithm, Enio, or like are you guys building? Are you like, is it going to Polymarket looking for a similar market, pulling those odds, or is it just going to different data sources and saying, hey, now like we got our own proprietary shit, like we're going to create this ourselves?
Yeah, so funny enough, if you ask like any of the LLMs for a prediction on the future and the market already exists on one of the leading prediction markets, it pulls that as a source of truth.
Right.
So the line is relatively close to what's out there, but obviously if it's a new market entirely and it can't find a prediction market to pull from, at that point it's coming up with it itself. There's basically, I can talk you through how the weighting works, but the one is like, what does it think the chances are? And the second one is how confident is the LLM in its answer, which will then weight it. And then the third one is how manipulatable is this outcome? And then all of those factors then determine the weighting of each of each LLM's odds, and then those are aggregated to give what we present to the user.
Copy. Okay, cool. So I also just put into the chat app.profitmarket.ai. Use code Wallchain, guys, for the free $5 that Neo was obviously chatting about that you guys just saw here. And I do have to ask you because like I'm heavy into the prediction market world, right? And we constantly see how markets are, I don't want to say being manipulated, right? But a lot of times, like as of yesterday, like there was a huge, I mean, we had the Iran ceasefire one where it was like, like, is this going to resolve to no or yes? And everyone, like, it was 99.6%, like 0.6 cents says no. But that little bit where people were like, wait, I put $50 and I can win 20 grand. They love that, right? And the most recent one was obviously the Sailor one and selling Bitcoin, right? Like MSTR was actually selling BTC. That one is still in dispute, but most likely going to be resolved. I don't think people genuinely understand how like the whole UMA resolution like really works. So I'm curious, how it does Profit do something like a little bit differently if there is, let's say, dispute, like, or has there been? Have you seen any kind of experience? Like, have you experienced something like that at all?
Yeah, at the moment, we haven't experienced that issue because I think it's largely because the stakes are relatively low. Like we haven't had people coming to us and saying, look, we think this market settled unfairly. But it's also quite clearly stated that the AI's decision is final. So you are also taking basically hallucination risk in that if the algorithm selects the wrong outcome at this stage, the decision is final, which can lead to some fun games in terms of like, do you want to phrase a question vaguely because you think you can get better odds and then game more from the house, or do you want to phrase it in clear English because you can obviously put a lot of information in your prompt and you can say, I want you to use this source specifically. There are some interesting solutions. I'm not sure if you're familiar with the GenLayer team, but they've basically got an AI dispute resolution process for exactly this, like for resolving prediction markets. That it's something that we'll double down on at the point where the users are coming to us and saying, look, I've had this situation occur, or like this is a priority for me. But if like it's sort of the case of like 99% or 99.9% of users on Polymarket are happy with the resolution most of the time. And it is just like a lot of these things are borderline subjective. So it's like, well, no one can be right. There's going to be upset people on either side, like that whole suit situation that happened. So for now, until users really push us and say we're having issues with it, we're going to focus on giving them the best odds that we can, making sure that the AI is resolving as confidently and as transparently as possible, and take it from there.
Got it. Yeah, no, I find this really fascinating. I have not seen. I try to keep my ear to the ground on a lot of like the prediction market stuff that's being built out here. This is something that's unique. I have not seen anything even kind of close to something like this out there. This is the first of its kind that I've seen. Dare I ask how you guys even came up with it? Like, who thought this up?
Yeah, I was got to give credit to our CTO. Like I was pushing quite hard for user created markets where the like similar to Rain or what Rain was initially, where the user can, like the curator of the market can resolve the market. And then we were like battling with the liquidity issue of like, okay, well, even in this case, the user has to provide liquidity, which isn't great. And then he was like, what if we can just get AI to do it? And we were like, what do you mean? He was like, AI can do it. I was like, what do you mean? He's like, we give AI money and it trades against users. I was like, okay, I like. But the other thought is that people are probably running systems maybe even a lot more advanced than what we've got at the moment, but they're keeping it private because if they've got a system that has better odds than users, then they can rinse users on the existing platforms. So why would they create a product like this? But for us, we very much see the whole industry as like a big experiment. So we were like, this is a fun experiment to run with, and now it seems to be getting some traction, and we will keep experimenting.
Yeah, really. I think it's really, look, obviously, like some folks, the ability to create a market is pretty cool, because I don't think people genuinely know that anybody can create a market on Polymarket also, but it's also like people don't know how it works in terms of like seeding liquidity, right? Like what's the process for like people to go through? You guys just saw me do it here in literally 5 seconds. I literally hit create market. I put my question in. It runs it through, I think it was like 6 maybe different models or whatever you guys have working in the background. And then if it comes up, it's like, hey, is this what you're looking for? And it's just like, yeah, that was it. Boom, done. And now I created, will Jalen Brunson win NBA Finals MVP? Incredible.
Yeah, I think it's like a fun thing, but another like marketing angle we're currently exploring is for streamers. Like if it's a good live talking point where you have a thought. We're sort of thinking like, how can we get this to become a verb, like just profit it, or just check it on profit, like where it becomes the place to go for odds. So we allow for like 10 odds generations without funding your account, to just be able to check. But yeah, long term, it's really the potential scope for like which niche is gonna hit. Like, is it going to be Pokemon cards? Is it going to be like League of Legends competitions in some arbitrary country? We don't know, but we will. Yeah, we can see quite clearly where the traction is hitting.
Really, really cool, and really, really cool. So, okay, so let's maybe pivot a little bit and kind of like let's maybe make it a little bit more Wallchain specific, right? So, we've obviously gone over like some of the features. I guess let me start with: are there any other features? And B, like that you kind of want me to highlight? I'm happy to go through, but also with these features, like and with the upcoming Wallchain like campaign, what would you want the quackers that do get selected, right? Like for the actual like campaign, what would you want them highlight? And I know there will be specific instructions for them, but just in general, maybe so in case people want to start like that weren't selected, maybe want to start creating content now to kind of stick out if you guys do a follow-up campaign, what would you want them to focus on?
Yeah, I think we've done a KOL campaign before, and we did a couple posts where we planned the posts, and then there was 1 or 2 where the KOLs had freedom to create what they wanted, and we found that where there was freedom involved, the content was a lot better, because they actually sort of like invested time to go through the product and check it out. I think what we really looking for is viral markets, like which market has the potential to go viral. Otherwise, like maybe because the question's so controversial, or because it's super relevant to the niche of followers that the creator has. So I think what we would like to see is the user tailoring the wide potential of this product to their following, and generating markets in that niche. The other thing which we are looking at now, which is to be honest, it's not a top priority until we have maybe like 3,000-4,000 markets live at a time. But the play feature, we want it to become like almost a news source where you can scroll. Like if you hit play now, on the top there, in the middle, you can scroll through markets and just skip and trade. But once a user has placed has bet on a number of markets, we should be able to see what type of markets that user is interested in trading, and then have a personalized feed of markets coming straight to them. So that's something that we fairly focus on, because like I feel lost on prediction market platforms to try and find markets which are relevant to me, and like maybe there's something in the tech category, but it's like 6 pages down. So to start building a social type algorithm that pushes this through is quite exciting. But yeah, going back to the creator front, what we want to see long term is the fee sharing being enough of an incentive for people to share markets. like as soon as we have one market that hits $1 million in trading volume and it generates 10K for the creator of the market, like that becomes quite an attractive incentive for virality.
Yeah. Dude, this is so cool, man. Like I love this this is so interesting because like we're doing on another live stream that I host. It's a prediction market live stream. We do something like this where it's like left, right, kind of like cards, but not like this to where like you can actually like skip and like actually bet directly on the market, because you're right. Like it really is, dude, it's almost fucking impossible to really try and find like anything that you're remotely even like looking for, like on Polymarket or Kalshi sometimes. Like it's so difficult. So like giving people kind of like the left, right, like dumb it down for us. Like make it stupidly simple so that we genuinely don't have to use our brains to go crazy and think about all this shit. That we could just be like, yes, no, trade, skip, cool. Yeah. This makes sense.
Another angle. I posted a very blunt article recently just about the arbitrage opportunity available, and I think if a couple of the creators dive into that, they'll be fairly stimulated in that. Like there's 2,000 markets plus live on Polymarket and 10,000 over the top 10 prediction markets. So if for every one of those markets we have a new set of odds. Like for all it takes for someone to start running it, and it's something that we've been doing ourselves, is you take a market on Polymarket, you put the same resolution criteria into profit, and we'll generate you a new set of odds. Sometimes that gap can be fairly attractive. So what we want to see is people like exploring a strategy like that, running it for a week, and then sharing their results.
That's really now that would be super interesting, dude. I'd be here all day creating questions, just copy pasting from Polymarket, seeing like where the actual odds were off. Do you want to maybe go into kind of how, I know we touched on it like a little bit, but like how you guys figured out, like, I mean, I know it's 6 models, but like how are you generating, I guess, the odds, right? Like, is there like a statistical model working in the background, or is it that fancy? Like, what is it?
Yeah, no, it's I don't know how much detail I can go into, but the gist of it is like all of these leading models have real-time data.
Yeah.
And they are like there's literally billions and billions of dollars that have been flying into these. So for us to think that we can build something proprietary, it's like, if you're going to make a website now, are you going to code it from scratch? Probably not. You're going to use what's out there, and you're going to make something really nice because the tools are so good. So we think we've set up a very clean set of prompts that will deliver the best accuracy. But obviously we are constantly adjusting that based on the feedback that we're getting. Like the end goal here is to set up a recursive loop where as soon as the algorithm sees these are the markets that users are benefiting from most often, we should be able to make an adjustment there to get our line closer to the truth. Like right now is sort of as abusable as the system will ever be, and it should just get better and better.
I mean, it's yeah. Okay, so now tell me, like, by the, let's say, like, campaign is going to run, let me see exactly, hold on one second. Campaign is going to run from, hold on, I'm just pulling up the Wallchain. Oh, this is so annoying. I have to log in with my X account. How long is the campaign going to be running for on Wallchain? Yeah.
I think it's about a month. Yeah, we've given a unique code to each of the creators that are being selected. So if those codes get used up fully, that would be a good outcome. Because it becomes quite addictive once you've placed a market, and especially once you've won a market, it becomes pretty addictive. Like you want to use it again. So for us to like at least double or triple up on the amount of credits issued versus the amount of deposits would be an epic outcome. But yeah, as I said earlier, once the fee sharing goes live, what we really want to see is people just creating content because it's interesting for their audience and that they think they can benefit from the fees generated.
Yeah. Guys, I'm going to be a completely selfish prick right now, and I'm going to share my market in the comments also. If you guys want to go trade that market that I just created so that I can get credits, that would be great.
Yeah, for now, the fee sharing's still off, but
Okay. Grandfather me in, Eddie. Grandfather me in, you know? Really, really cool. Okay, so like let's say now also okay, so by the time Grant, like you just told us kind of like what we're looking for like from the creators. Finish the sentence for me. The Wallchain Select campaign is deemed a success by the time when it's done if ...
Yeah, I would say if 10,000 markets are created over the next month, 10K would be a good number, seeing as we're at like 1.16 now. And then I would say if at any point this month I go on and I see like 100 plus active users, like I really like that active users number because you know that they're on the platform right now. So that would also be an epic outcome. But in total, we would expect maybe between 500 and 1,000 deposits.
Copy. And then, I mean, dude, like the concept is really cool. And then just remind everybody, right? Because like if people are so the market creation is one thing, right? But like people are gonna want to try and obviously win some money like from these markets. Obviously it's like a chicken or the egg thing kind of first, where you're just like, look, we got to get this out there, kind of what you said earlier. Yeah. When can maybe people expect, like, let's just say the month-long campaign runs, when do you guys think that you'll start maybe seeing a little bit more kind of liquidity on the platform so that people can start actually like really, you know what I'm saying? Like actually seeing some money.
The main opportunity on the platform will be like high volume, low, like a high number of markets, low capital. Like if you created 1,000 markets and there was a gap between poly market and each of those, and you were earning like $1 from each market, you could arb a couple grand. But the actual liquidity increase realistically will be still a month or two out. Yeah, we really like it is. There's some categories where we're already losing, like we're losing money on those categories. So to increase liquidity at this point it's too much risk. Like we do have some capital, but we're not going to put $1 million into the house for and back $10,000 markets where you can manipulate the outcome just yet.
Right.
Yeah, so I would say the liquidity thing, you can expect certain markets to have liquidity by the end of next week, because we'll be able to supply those. Like but that'll be more selective, and then I would say there'll be a general liquidity increase for certain categories probably by mid next month.
Copy. Really, really cool, man. Guys, so you heard it. Whether you got selected here or not, what's going to make this a successful Wallchain Select campaign is go on there, and the same way that in which you just saw me create these, like this simple, will Jalen Brunson win Finals MVP market, you can go out there and kind of do the same thing. Bro, I'm going to be literally creating like a bazillion different markets. I don't even know if I was selected for the campaign, but even if I wasn't, like, I'm just going to go out there and start like creating a bunch of different markets, because yeah, if I can create a couple hundred for you guys, put them on the platform, and obviously see me as kind of an active user, that puts me on the radar. And it's like, oh shit, like look at, like, Dave's actually like really, really active. So this could be really cool. Andy, this is dope. I know we're 45 minutes in. I want to be respectful of your time. Is there anything else maybe that you wanted to highlight, maybe that I might have missed about the platform or you guys, or the Wallchain Select campaign, or anything else?
Yeah, I think maybe the last thing to mention is we definitely part of a reason we like Wallchain is because A, of the algorithm for selecting creators, and B, because we get to work with a lot of smaller creators rather than a couple big guys, which personally is a way I think we can find creators that we would be working with long term. And long term, the strategy there is really just to like basically fund traders who have a niche that they want to focus on. So someone to be the Pokemon guy, where he's like, I do a lot of Pokemon content. I create Pokemon markets every week because I know that these are the markets which my audience wants to follow. So yeah, like the goal of this campaign is to start to double down on a couple creators with more long-term retainer type engagements.
That's it, guys. This is your tryout right here, right? Like this is where you get to come try out and get yourself potentially a longer term gig with any and the Profit team. Dude, really, really cool. I'm so glad that you came on here. Hopefully this genuinely sets the stage for a lot of other like creators or founders rather, excuse me, that end up like that want to come on here. Cause like I love forward facing founders. I think the community respects that a lot because they get to hear from you directly. What is it that you're looking for? Just tell me what it is that you want so that people are not just like, oh, I'm out here just, excuse me, I'm out here just chasing a dollar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, dude, this was great. I really appreciate you taking the time to come here and chill with us and chat with us, dude.
Likewise. Thanks so much, Dave.
Yeah, man. My pleasure, man. My pleasure. And feel free, obviously, I got a couple more items that I need to go over with the Wallchain community, but I'll just move you back off. But thank you so much, man. I really appreciate you.
Ciao.
Peace. Man. All right, guys, you heard it. Okay. You heard it. Emmy is out here. Okay. He's out here. Go start creating markets on Profit, right? Like make this successful as possible for him. Don't just look at it as like, oh, I got this much money for 4 posts. Why? It doesn't have to just be like that, right? Like make sure that you're going in there, checking this out. This is really cool. I'm 100% going to be using this for this stream, for other streams. And if you think the prediction markets are going anywhere, you're genuinely mistaken. Stop. They're here to stay. It is big business. It is monster business. We saw yesterday, just the New York Knicks. Okay. There was a bar in New York City that literally said, hey, if the Knicks win, we're paying everybody's bar tab. What did they do? They hedged on Kalshi, right? Like for their bet, for that specific bet, right? So they're taking the other side of the bet. It's kind of like what we're talking about over here. This is where your AI is now creating the other side of the bet. So this is really cool stuff, really cool tech. I wish Annie and obviously the Profit team all the best. So it's going to be super interesting to see how this works out. One other item for you guys, I just wanted to highlight. Hold on one second, because we also dropped the where is the ink campaign for Kraken? Referral-based campaign for Kraken. You guys remember exactly how we did for Mexi. We're doing the same exact thing for Kraken. Here we go. I'm just going to pull this up and share the screen with you guys so you can see what I'm talking about. Share screen, Wallchain, Kraken. Okay. Exclusive campaign with Kraken FX for Quackers. Benefits: you get 500 ink points for a trade on Kraken Pro. Only new users. Keep trading. You also earn quacks. It's live until the end of this month. And to check your eligibility, you have it right here. I'm going to put this in the chat as well, so you guys can obviously go check. Right there. But get involved. You earn quacks and ink points. You make your first trade on Quacken. You hear me? You make your first trade on Quacken, and everything's gonna be quacking fine on Quacken. On Kraken, okay. You go to the Quacks app, you open the activity reward section, submit your X, and then put your Kraken ID into the campaign form, and then they're going to be distributed at the end. So if you're not getting them on a daily basis, obviously just make sure you understand they're coming at the end of the campaign. Ink points are distributed weekly. You can track them in the leaderboard right here, which I think is cool. And don't forget, guys, what do we think is going to happen with Kraken? I don't know this for certain, but maybe they IPO, maybe there's an ink token, maybe there's something here. So what do you lose? Go get involved. Copy paste the referral link, sign your friends up. You know what I mean? Again, open to new Kraken users only who sign up during the campaign. You must be able to use Kraken in your region. Existing Kraken users are not eligible. Create another email address and obviously start trading if you're going to do that. But you didn't hear that from me, okay? Regardless, you did not hear that from me. Quacken, yeah, exactly. The Quacken campaign that's going on right now. Exactly. But that's it, guys. That's all I got for Quackstream right now for this week. Shout out to the Profit team. Thank you, Quackheads, for obviously coming through. And we will see you guys at the Quack House. anything, obviously put them in the Telegram, put them in the Discord. You guys know that we're active all over the place. So make sure we want your feedback as much as possible. All right. So I hope you guys are doing good. And yeah, man, that's all we got. We're out. Peace.
Yeah. Wallchain in the house. Ducks outside. They on the mic. Let's go. Pull up to the quack house. Everybody loud. Wallchain promise. Wallchain made us proud. Quack, quack, quack. Heads with me. Yeah, the flock don't fold. Bus got utility. This ain't just gold. Quack, quack. We don't back down. Quack, quack. We don't back down. Quack, quack, quack. Whole flock in town. Yuri got the vision. Max got the sauce. Dave on the mic, like, who's really boss? Yeah. Wallchain select, we got picked for the ride. Ducks in the wallet, but they fly outside. They said they built it, then they show receipts. Now the whole damn timeline waddling to the beat. Quackhead on me, that's a key, not a flex. Open new doors, yeah, unlock what's next. Not just a JPEG, not just a name. Ducks came through and changed the game. Quack house, everybody loud. Wallchain promise, Wallchain made us proud. Quack, 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 heads with me, yeah, the flock don't fold. Ducks got utility, this ain't just gold. Quack, quack, we don't back down. Quack, quack, we don't back down. Quack, 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 whole flock in town. Yuri got the vision, Max got the sauce. Dave on the mic, like, who's really boss? Who got the ducks? We got the ducks. Who built the chain? Wallchain does. Who runs the space? Dave runs the house. Quack heads up. Everybody shout. Pull up to the quack house. Everybody loud. Wallchain promise. Wallchain made us proud. Quack, 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 quack. Yeah, the flock don't fold. Quack house weekly. And the story gets told.